We are just getting some breaking news crossing into the urgent file moments ago. U.S. officials saying that Russia is, they're confirming this, has been reported widely over the past couple of weeks, that they are purposely targeting American-backed rebels. Some reports say they have killed up to 150 of these CIA-trained individuals in that region. We don't have any confirmation on that number. We know there have been, lots of different estimates on how many were trained in the first place, but clearly a volatile situation. As Vladimir Putin says, quote, "I think some of our partners simply have mush for brains. They do not have a clear understanding of what is really happening in the country and what goals they are seeking to achieve." Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters is a Fox News strategic analyst, and he joins me now. Ralph, good morning to you. Your thoughts, if you could, on both of those things, on that latest report about them intentionally going after us, which has been the strong suspicion, I guess you could say, and also about Putin's comment about our mush for brains.
Well, the problem in Washington isn't low IQs. There's a lot of brains in Washington, and on paper they're highly educated. The problem in Washington is a lack of a sense of reality. Team Obama never did their homework on the military, on war, on the Middle East, and so they wind up improvising. And that leads us back to the other point. President Obama's Middle East policy, to the extent there is a coherent policy, has been so inept that the United States military is now in the position of helping one group of terrorists beat up on another group of terrorists. It's a de facto division of labor in Syria now. We're hitting Islamic State, so Assad and Putin don't have to do that. They can concentrate on hitting everybody else, the guys we trained. And it's a phenomenal. Russia is killing the people we're backing, as well as all the other opposition, to further the cause of the Assad regime and Iranian hegemony in the area. And we are helping by continuing to take out ISIS and work with the Iraqi government, which is Iranian-dominated. It is just absolutely stunning. Yeah.
I saw another headline that crossed this morning, 18 U.S.-led airstrikes in the area. I wonder what you think the administration's next move is in all of this with Putin.
Well, I don't know, because they don't know. They're improvising from day to day. Now, and Putin plays us so brilliantly, diplomatically and propaganda-wise. In the Russian media today, in Rossiyskaya Gazeta and the others, they're making other papers, they're making a big deal out of the fact that Putin has offered to cooperate against ISIS with the U.S. He's asked us to give him the target locations of ISIS, and oh, by the way, please, Americans, tell us where all the people you're supporting are, so we won't hit them. Well, of course, if we give him that intel, he's going to turn it over to Assad, the Iranians, and they are going to hit our guys. But Putin never stops. He's the ultimate Energizer bunny with very sharp fangs. And Obama is always in reactive mode. And the only way to deal with someone like Vladimir Putin is to seize the initiative yourself. But we lack the strategic imagination and, frankly, the guts to do that.
Right. I thought it was interesting last night. Hillary Clinton, and we're going to get to Bernie Sanders' thoughts on Putin in just a moment, but quickly on this. Hillary Clinton basically said that she knows that within the administration right now there's a heated debate going on over whether or not to put in a no-fly zone in Syria, which I thought was an interesting comment from her. What do you think?
Well, I think it's too late to do an effective no-fly zone now, because the Russians would challenge it. And again, Putin has really outmaneuvered us, because as I always tell people, I'm no friend of Putin. I want that guy gone. I want him whipped in the streets. But he has, under international law, he has a legal basis for being there, and we don't. And we have no legal basis for establishing a no-fly zone unless there were a UN resolution supporting it, which Russia and China would veto. I mean, the Obama administration, and I've said this before over the years, we face enemies who play chess, and we're playing jailbird checkers, not even thinking a single move ahead. And so, and by the way, just on last night, it was, Martha, I would rather watch a dead skunk decomposing in the middle of a country road than watch Hillary Clinton. But I got to say, she was the only semi-adult on that stage last night.
Very interesting. So you weren't impressed with Bernie Sanders either. I'm gonna hazard a guess. He seemed to, he was hoping that Jim Webb was going to get the question on Putin, and then when it came back to him, he sort of scrambled to answer it a little bit.
But Lincoln Chafee managed to make Bernie Sanders look sensible, and was just absolutely a nut show when it came to foreign and security policy. But again, what also interested me was what wasn't said. When Anderson Cooper, or maybe it was Dana, when they asked what's the #1 security threat against the United States, nobody said Russia, because nobody will take on the Obama administration. And you heard several say climate change. Climate change. Look, I don't. Okay. Well, anyway, climate change is not the one killing Americans today.
I know you think that. Believe that. Ralph Peters, thank you very much. Good to see you, sir.